What's up everyone? In this episode we're going to take a look at the PvP aspect of the game. I will probably do a more in-depth video of this after Gamescom when they officially release PvP. So once again just sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Also please don't forget to rate the video, comment the video and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thanks.
The first is competitive PvP, which is 5-on-5, highly organized PvP. That comes in the rated version, where if you're really great at the game, you can compete against each other and compete for prizes and do tournaments and all sorts of stuff. And then it has hot joinable PvP, where you literally, just like a first-person shooter, you can jump right into a game and start playing against people. You bring up a server browser, you see the games that are going on, you go into the game type you want to play, and you just start playing instantly. So we're doing a lot with our PvP in that aspect. The other thing we're doing with PvP that's going to be a huge piece of endgame is world versus world PvP. This is gigantic, unbalanced PvP. This is 30 people could be fighting 300 at once. This is your server matched up against 2 other servers at the same time. This goes back to our point we made earlier about building a sense of community. We want your server to feel like you guys are all allied together against people who are the faceless enemies on the other servers you're trying to take down. You're going to get to know the people on your server, and you're going to get to respect them and play with them and recognize them as you guys band together and fight the other servers in world versus world. And that world versus world PvP is perpetually going on. And you can actually go there and you can level from level 1 to 80 entirely in world versus world PvP if you want. You don't ever have to play PvE.
Hey, love your game. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait.
I love your horns.
Thank you. They're really big. You've talked about world versus world PvP, and I was wondering how that's gonna work, like mechanically. Like, is it gonna be like a WoW-esque battleground that everyone goes into, or will it just happen, sort of like the dynamic event system within your realm? How is that gonna work?
So world versus world PvP is definitely not like the battlegrounds. World versus world is basically, it's your server matched up against 2 other servers in giant open world PvP. This is hundreds and thousands of people in a map together instead of 40. And the idea here is your server, all of you are banded together to try to take out and defeat these other 2 servers you're up against. Battles last for 2 weeks. And at the end of the 2 weeks, the team with the most points is the winning server, and they get benefits and bonuses that go to that server for a period of time to support what they've accomplished.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right
Y'all
there.
feeling that?
I'm feeling it. Where's that coming from? The next room?
Yeah. All right, so real quick, I'll add a couple more things about world versus world PvP, just to help clarify a little bit more about that. So for world versus world PvP, not only is it this giant open world PvP conquest system, it is also using our dynamic event system to help play into that. So there are a whole bunch of different locations in world versus world PvP that your server is trying to help take control over. There are huge castles that are going to take hundreds of players to take, and then there are much smaller objectives like mines and guard towers. There are small villages of like Quaggin and Ogre that you can win over. And when you take these locations, those are events to get those places for your side. When you hold them, those sides provide benefits to you. So for example, if you take the mining node and you hold the mine, you're going to have events that for your server it says escort the minecart, and the minecart's going to go back to your keep, and the other 2 servers are going to get an event that says destroy the minecart. And when the minecart makes it back to the keep, your server basically gets siege weapons that come available for them to use. So there's stuff for 1 or 2 people to do that are kind of like these side little events and escorts and stuff, and there's these larger scale battles that happen more in the middle with the huge keeps and everything. So really the idea there is that it's open to anybody. You can come in and find small stuff to do, or you can get involved in these huge battles. And you know, you should feel like you could play that when you want to and do things in there just like you could in PvE. You can take your PvE character and jump into world versus world PvP, continue to level up there, then you can jump back into PvE. You can play all the way from level 1 to 80 in world versus world if you want to. It's totally up to you.
You guys are revolutionary.
I was just gonna say, actually, too, when you kill someone in world versus world, you know, they drop loot, right? You don't have to go back to PvE to get loot, so that's important too.
In this game, I know you guys have like the weapons. They give you 5 skills already, and I like that idea. But I was just wondering, is there going to be a lot of personalization with the PvP and your skills?
Yeah, it's actually kind of daunting. It's actually a lot more customization than Guild Wars 1 had, even though it doesn't seem like it on the surface, because we're trying to make it easier to understand. But it's very, very overwhelming, and I'll be surprised if anyone in this room understands all of it until a few months after we ship the game. There's so much in there that it's kind of hard to get a grasp of all of it. First, just in a few different ways, the skills in Guild Wars were very complex, and so they only piece together in very, very specific ways. You can backbreaker and then you use crushing blow, but there are a lot of people I'm sure brought crushing blow in the first couple weeks of the game without even being able to knock guys down, and it's really quite useless. So what we did is we made the skills a lot more like building blocks, so that you can actually piece them together in so many different ways that just on your weapon alone, there's so much stuff that you're doing that kind of just is complicated. There's traits that modify those skills. There's weapon bonuses. There's the way that those attributes interact with them. There's just so much going on. You have to pick 2 weapon sets. You have to pick, 3, one of a few heal skills, 3 out of 20 to 25 utility skills, 1 out of many elite skills. I think just picking the right side of your bar skills alone, I think it's something like 87,000 combinations for each profession. So there's going to be plenty of stuff for you to decide. I wouldn't be too worried.
Now is the time. Claim your destiny. Forge your legend.